This YouTuber says one candle is all you need and releases yet another trading strategy. But can it pass a prop firm challenge? Let's find out. My name is Eddie Pips and I'm on a mission to test trading strategies to see if they truly stand up to the prop firm challenge. Before we get started, if you have a strategy in mind, drop it in the comments. I'll try to test it. Let me break down how this works. I find a trading strategy, I pick a random month, I backtest it trade by trade using FXReplay. We track wins, losses, drawdown, and whether it hits the prop firm's rules. Some strategies will pass a prop firm challenge in a few days, and some might fail in less than a week. We try to test a whole month or more until either profit target is hit or drawdown is. So let's find out if one candle is all we really need. Let's dive right in. Before we get started, if you're having trouble picking a prop firm or you're looking to get started with one, let me quickly tell you about Earn to Trade. 8 years in the business, 4.7 star rating on Trustpilot with perks like free resets, free education, and scalable plans. This is the prop firm I would recommend to family and friends. Grab 60% off through the link in the description before September 14th. Let's dive back in. Alright, so the pair that he back tests is NQ. Here you can see on his video, top left corner, NQ. We are on the 5-minute time frame on NQ. Step 1, wait for the first candle at 9:30 a.m. to close and mark the high and low. So here we have the 9:30 a.m. candle on the 5-minute time frame with the high and the low marked out. Step 2, drop down to the 1-minute chart and wait for price to close outside the range with a fair value gap. Okay, so we're going to go down onto the 1-minute time frame and we are going to wait for price to close outside of the range. Here we are. Now we're looking for a fair value gap. And there we have our fair value gap. So now, step 3, wait for price to enter the fair value gap and an engulfing candle to form. Engulfing is when one candle's body outweighs the last candle's body. So for example, here you can see these two candles. We have the body of the red candle here, and you can see the next candle completely engulfs the body of the previous candle. So here we are on the 1-minute chart. We have our fair value gap created outside of the range. We are going to wait for price to re-enter it. There it is, and an engulfing candle to form. So we're looking for the next candle for its body to outweigh this candle's body. And here you are. So we have the body of this candle outweighing or engulfing this candle's body. So here we are going to enter our risk. Target 3R. Stop loss is 1 tick below or above the candle that was engulfed. So our candle that was engulfed is right here. And the low of that candle is right here, and we're going 1 tick below. Then we are targeting 3R. Now, this is not a cherry pick trade. I don't know if this is a winner or a loser, so I guess we'll find out. This is actually the first trade of the back test. So here in the top right-hand corner of FXReplay, we are going to hit place order. We have our type. We are going to do, it is a market execution. And we're going to hit save and journal so that I can have proof that I followed the rules of the strategy. All right, and let's see how this plays out. And we have a loss. Let's go on to the next day. All right, here we are. So this is our 9:30 a.m. candle. We are on the 5-minute chart of NQ. We are going to mark the high, and we are going to mark the low. We're going to go on to the 1-minute time frame and wait for price to close outside of the range with a fair value gap forming. And here we go. We have a fair value gap forming. This fair value gap counts because it is a part of the 3-candle pattern that was a part of price closing above. Again, I'll leave a link to the original video in the description as always. We're going to wait for price to come back down, enter the fair value gap. Now we're looking for an engulfing candle. And here you have it. We have this candle's body engulfing the previous candle's body. So we're going to enter here, market execution. Stop loss is going to be 1 tick below the candle that was engulfed. And we're targeting 3R. All right. And we're going to go ahead and hit place order, hit save and journal. You can click this button here to add a screenshot. It takes a screenshot of the trade. so that you can easily keep track of it. And let's see how this plays out. And we have another loser. All right. So rules are fairly simple. Hopefully this one does work out. This guy posts strategies out the wazoo. So, you know, anyway, we'll see. Let's get right into the back testing, and I'll go over the analytics at the end as always. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, and with this last trade, unfortunately, we failed the challenge. Let's look over the analytics to see how this strategy performed. All right, and here we are viewing the analytics. On the left here, we have FXReplay. On the right here, we have my edge finder that I use. Now, this is a small trade sample size of 14 trades, and I always do advise everybody to backtest a larger sample size. And I was going to try another month or data set to see if it was just this data range or what the case was, but this loss 13 trades and only won one in this 14 trade data set. And that is why I decided not to test it further, because any strategy that has a 10% max drawdown at any given point, in my opinion, does not have to be your opinion, in my opinion, should be thrown out immediately. I would not want anything to have a max drawdown of 10% at any given point. At any given point, if I have 5 to 6% max drawdown, I tend to kind of sit there and analyze each trade to see where I went wrong. And unfortunately, Casper did not cover a lot of different little nuances in the trading strategy that I was confused about when I was taking trades. For example, what time do we stop looking for trades? Or what time do we close our trades if our trade was entered and it hasn't hit take profit? Because a lot of these prop firms require you to close your trade before the trading session is over. Another thing was, if price closes outside of the range more than once, is the trade still valid? So, for example, if price closes above the 5-minute 9:30 a.m. candle high and closes back inside of that range, is it still valid if it closes back outside and creates that fair value gap? And yeah, so there were just a couple of things that unfortunately I don't think that we got a very accurate back testing result because of his explanation of the strategy being so broad and kind of left for interpretation. But 7.1% win rate, net profit of 10%, negative 10%. And here, if I go to download trade log, here I added a feature for us to be able to download our trade log once we put the screenshot in, and you can actually see here, once we open this bad boy up, just to show each given trade, I added a screenshot for each trade and each date here in case you wanted to take a look at it to kind of analyze what my mindset was behind taking these trades to the best of my ability according to Casper's rules. I would never use this strategy in a million years. I don't want to be negative towards him because he has impacted this community for quite some time, but at one point, do we stop posting strategies? But yep, that's it for this one, guys. I would stay away from this one. I would definitely stay away from this one and move on to the next one. But until the next one, guys, take care.